Hello, and welcome back to our Elden Ring Let's Play. Um, I just finished recording the last episode, but I want to keep going, so here we are. One second. Alright, so when we last left off, we had just gotten to the round table hold, so we can buy our first real spell, but we need 800 runes to do it. So we're going to go grind out 800 runes real quick, buy our first real spell, and then we're going to go back to doing some tertiary side stuff before we go back to like the first real boss. We got closer to killing him than I thought we would have, with just a sword and shield. But we did not quite get there, and that's okay. We'll do a lot better when we go back. We'll have some more levels under us, more hit points, more DPS. I just wanted to do that fight to unlock the round table hold. But now we're going to go back to doing some side content to get those levels underneath us. Can I get up to him? Yes, I can. Oh shit. I forgot the big hammer dudes actually can stance break you pretty easily. Easy does it. Another smithing stone, we'll take that. Ooh, glowy skull. That should be everything we need. Perfect. Alright, so now we go to the round table hold. We'll go buy our fireball. And continue south for the time being. For the time being. Every time I say for the time being, it makes Maya laugh. Well, it's from that post. I don't remember the whole thing, but all hail the time being. Memorize spell. We don't need either of these, but we do want this one. Cool. So now when we have the seal in our hand, we can cast the fireball. The flame sling. And to show you what it looks like, that is the standard cast, and then you can charge it. Makes a bigger cast, and it explodes on impact. Now that we are actually using magic, though, we do need to allocate our flasks. So we have less healing, but now we can get our magic back as we go. Gonna grab this. And we're gonna press on. Now I mentioned that there's a little quest tied to this upcoming area, and this is where it starts. We talk to this girl.
Hello? Is somebody there? Might I bend your ear for a moment, please? My name is Irina. I've escaped from Castle Morne to the south. The servants there have rebelled. I can't be sure what it is. My eyesight's been weak since birth, you see. But I swear I heard frightful howling from all over. My good father secreted me out the castle, but decided himself to stay. He says it's his duty. As commander. I fear for father's life. The servants are full of wrath, filled with hatred for every one of us. They've since come for every one of the companions I escaped with. They haven't spared a soul. I fear it's no different at Castle Morne. Please, I implore you, would you mind taking a letter to my father? At the castle, my soul wishes that he escape, even if his honor should be the price. Please. I just want him to be safe. Thank you. Dearly. Then please, take this. Deliver it to my father, who remains in the castle, if you please.
Yep, so now we gotta go deliver a message. Now we could just ride past all the dudes here. There are a lot of them, but they're also all kind of by themselves. We can kind of pick them off as we go. Also, you can see the magic is pretty powerful. But not useful against enemies that dodge all the fucking time, like these dogs. Dogs are really fucking annoying in this game. So we're just gonna pick these dudes off and grind out some shit. Yep. Well, it's gonna be this for the next few minutes. Bear with me. The problem with dogs and rats in this game is that they're really aggressive and they're really fast. They dodge just casually, like everything, unlike any other fucking enemy. They always manage to jump out of the way, even when you're using like melee attacks and shit. And they always stagger you on a hit, like always. Every little hit gives you even a small, like a short stagger. So if there's more than fucking one of them, they just get you caught in like an endless stagger lock where one hits you and you stagger, and as soon as you pop out of the iframes from that stagger, the next one hits you and then you just get fucking chewed down. It's fucking horseshit, but, you know, fucking Miyazaki is a fucking clown, so what are you gonna do? I've said it to Maya before, but like, I am of the firm belief that if any competent game studio other than FromSoft was to make these kinds of games, they would be leagues better. Like, FromSoft has created like a really cool concept with the Souls-like games. Like the way that they're supposed to play, the way that they're designed, the way combat works, it's all really cool. But the execution is as often bad as it is good. Part of that, I think, is that FromSoft has kind of bought into their own hype of needing to be like, you know, like the get good, uber hard fucking game that it is. And they've kind of like taken that philosophy to its extreme, and in doing so made a lot of like unfun and unfair bullshit that kind of permeate these games. I just, like, if the people who made, like, I don't know, like, the recent Zelda games, like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom and stuff, if the team behind those games were to have made Elden Ring, I don't think you'd have half as many of the fucking bullshit issues that these games have. Like the camera issues and fucking... Oh, I actually have to add my other flask back. Hold on. No, wait, that's not right. I just feel like a lot of the glaring issues that this game has, that prevent it from being like, you know, a 9 or 10 out of 10. Camera being one of the main ones, and the targeting system. I feel like if any other studio had made this game instead, it wouldn't have these issues. Like, these are issues that haven't been fixed since Dark Souls 1. You know what I mean? Like, the bullshit camera, the bullshit lock-on system. It kind of seems to do what it wants. There's a lot of like annoying dog shit with like enemies that just can one-shot you by instantly stagger locking you. You know, like you'll see it a lot when we're playing later. But like when we're on horseback, it's especially egregious. You'll get hit by something on horseback, and your character has to take 30 fucking seconds to be all dramatic and throw their head back and wail about it. And in that time, you can't move. You can't move the horse forward any, and you can't do anything. And while you're still in that animation, whatever's hitting you is still hitting you. It's especially noticeable when like you're fighting like the dragons and you get caught in their fire, where you get stagger locked by the fire, and so what could have been just a, you know, still a pretty strong hit, you know, you lose half your health on the first hit or whatever it is. Instead of taking the hit and being able to run away and reassess, you get stagger locked by the hit, and then you take another hit and another hit while being unable to control your character or move, which is not challenging. It's just dog shit. Like that's not difficulty. That's just being overly punished for a single mistake. You know, the punishment for the mistake should be, yeah, you lost half your health bar because you got hit by a big attack. It shouldn't be you got hit by this big attack. You made a single mistake, and now you can't move for 30 seconds, and everything else just finishes you off. Like, there should be no scenario except for... Mai and I have actually had this discussion. Like, a one-hit knockout attack that lands on you should be telegraphed well, and should be avoidable, and then should only really hit you if you're not paying attention, or you're doing something wrong. You know, if you make a mistake against that particular attack, and it is a one-hit knockout, it should be pretty obvious that, like, hey, if you get hit by this, you're going to die. But there's a lot of times in this game, and in other Souls games, but especially in this one, where, like, you're getting hit by a regular attack, but because of how the stagger system works, or because of how it hits you and how that interacts with either when you're on horseback or what have you, it just kills you, like, or it locks you in place, and then the follow-up kills you. So it may as well have been a one-hit attack. And that's not challenging, that's just bullshit. Like, it doesn't make the fight more difficult, it just means I have to restart the fight more often, which isn't fun, it's just kind of tedious. And tedium is the opposite of what you want in a fucking video game that you're supposed to be playing for fun and entertainment, you know? Tedium is anathema to fucking... yeah, to video games, I guess. Tedium is anathema to entertainment, and video games are supposed to be entertainment, and like this, they're supposed to be challenge. Obviously, like, I enjoy the challenge, that's why I play games like this. But there's a difference between challenge and just horseshit, yeah. So, I don't know, I've got a bone to pick with certain aspects of this game, and how FromSoft has kind of, you know, sucked their own farts on their own hype for a little while now. Like I said at the beginning of this series, it's a flawed masterpiece. And I will never be able to rate this game more than a 7.5, maybe an 8 out of 10 because of the glaring issues. And the dogs, which is what got me started on this rant in the first place, are definitely one of them. Just the way that they work, you know, the fact that they can stagger you and two of them can put you in a stagger lock loop and kill you when they're supposed to be just kind of basic enemies. The fact that they're not just agile, like agility is one thing, but there's an ongoing issue in this game with most enemies that aren't big, heavy, like, you know, titanic, and even then some of the really large enemies are still unnaturally fast. But there are a lot of enemies that will just auto dodge every ranged attack. So you have like 2/3 of this game are two different types of spellcasters. You have faith builds or incantation spellcasters like I'm playing, and you have sorcery builds or glintstone sorcery spellcasters like I played on my last playthrough. And then you've got melee. And only one of those, being melee, are not just immediately auto-dodged by, you know, by most enemies in this game. In this game, like, you kind of have to time your attacks really well. And I mean, like, not... How do I want to say this? It's not just that you need to time your attacks well. That is kind of the name of the game. But it's that if you're using ranged attacks, most enemies will just reflexively dodge out of the way, which doesn't make them more difficult. It just consumes more time and resources to eventually get them killed. If you're using melee, you're in the danger zone, but they're less likely to avoid you. Really, only the dogs will jump out of melee range. Most enemies will not avoid melee attacks. They'll either block them or take them. But when you're using any kind of ranged attack or magic, they tend to just kind of like I had this happen to me the other day. I was playing on my higher level accounts. I was in one of the endgame areas, Crumbling Farm, Azula, and I had snuck up behind an enemy. It wasn't even looking at me. It had no idea that I was there. It hadn't broken out of its like neutral position yet. It hadn't become aggroed. And I threw a spell at it, and it auto-dodged out of the way. Just knew I was there now and dodged flawlessly without knowing that I was there. And like, that's horseshit. That's absolute fucking dog shit. That's not good game design. That's a fucking joke. But anyway, yeah, I've got some bitterness and resentment built up towards certain aspects of this game. And you will definitely be hearing about them as I play, because they are glaring issues that kind of suck the fun out of what is otherwise a pretty good game. So, anyway, this is Castle Morne. This is the castle where that lady wanted us to go to deliver the message to her father. Also, we did grab the map on the way here, and this is the Weeping Peninsula. That's the bridge where we came from. After we do this little area, we're going to go up the road here and to the west. There's a church here. There's a church over here somewhere. I think there's a mine right here. I think that's a mine we can go to. And there's a boss we can fight at this tree. Lots of stuff to do on the Weeping Peninsula for the early game. But for now, we're going to do this bit. So, we're going to run past all the enemies down here, because there's just no point in fighting them. We got more fighting to do up on the walls themselves, and these guys are just going to drain our resources. It's not worth it. We're just going to run past everybody. Hope that none of them reach us while we're climbing this ladder, because sometimes they can hit you and knock you off, but nope, we made it. Alright. He will follow us, but that's alright. Want to get rid of this guy as soon as possible. Yeah, there we go. These guys are not nearly as bad with the auto-dodging as later enemies will be. But I've learned that like when you're casting, especially with like lighter, more agile enemies in this game, you really have to like goad them into an attack, and then when they're attacking, get out of the range of it, and then throw a spell when they're in their own animation where they can't dodge away. Because if they're just like at a distance and not currently in an animation, they'll probably dodge your attack. Thankfully, that is not the case with these guys. But they are earlier game enemies, and they're a little less intelligent, I guess, and a little less aggressive, which is good. But you will notice as we get to the later game stuff that it becomes a real fucking issue. We don't need to go that. I know where we need to go. I'm just trying to decide if there's anything I want to grab, like, or that's worth grabbing over here. But I do have to remind myself that this is not a New Game Plus run, and I do need to like gather certain resources and materials. I can't just run past everything, because I do need to upgrade my gear. I'm not using like maxed out weapons already or anything. There's a dude hiding back here. There. I don't think he's realized his cover has been blown. But yeah, pyromancy strong. Oh, I missed. Smithing stone 2, we'll take it. these flying ones are very annoying because they'll shoot you with a bow. Come on. Yes. They have like a multi-shot attack that's really fucking frustrating. Hey, got him. Golden rune. Oh, I am out of magic. Hold on. While these two are clumped together, the charged fireball will do damage to both of them, like enemies that are close together. Ouch. And it just does more damage in general, so I do try to charge it up when I can. Another smithing stone, we'll take that. And here's the man of the hour.
There's a face I've not seen before. I'm Edgar, warden of this castle, as ordained by Lord Godric himself. But you can see how things have turned out. The menials have all rebelled. They gave me good service, or so I thought. But it seems it was all an act. Foul creatures, as it said, and true enough, they're foul inside and out. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but whatever you come here to do, I'm afraid Castle Morne won't hold much longer. Take this, by way of apology. I see. From Arena. Thank you. I mean, you're dead. But I can't leave yet. Even if the castle should fall, as commander, I must remain to ensure the treasured sword of Morne does not fall into the wrong hands.
So yeah, he refuses to leave till we go get his sword back, and his sword is being held by the boss of this area. So now we gotta go find and kill the boss and get the sword back. And then he'll go reunite with his daughter. So we go this way, and we hop over this wall. May as well spend these runes too. Not quite enough for the next level either. But another one into vigor. Yeah, we really just gotta get our health up, and then we can worry about getting our magic up, but we need to be out of, like, you know, 2-shot range of every fucking enemy in this game, so. And then we gotta descend. I think it's this way. Real quick, since these guys are all laying prone for some reason. May as well get some runes out of the deal. That's wild. This guy is a big heavy hitter. Ah, shit. Our casting time is really slow because we haven't put anything into dex yet. If we put points into dexterity, we can increase our casting time, which is a definite must later on. It's not a big deal right now, but it's definitely something we're going to want to invest in later. I don't think I need to go up here. I think I went the wrong way, but there might be something up here worth grabbing, so let's check. Twin Blade Talisman. Not anything we're going to use, but still cool to have. Yeah, we're looking for a couple very specific talismans for our build, but we don't find any of them until a little later, so. Let's see, going this way. Oh shit, I'm dead. Right into the fucking hole. That was completely my fault, but fucking stupid. Right into the fucking hole. Okay, let's try that again. Where am I going? This way. I really didn't expect to just fly straight into that. Yeah, like perfect, no net. Ah, shit. Alright, well, I'm not killing all these guys again. We're just going down here. So dumb. It's like you gotta jump down all these rocks and then just overshot my mark a little bit. Alright, we'll drop down. There we go. Because the idea is you land on these scaffoldings, or these cross beams, or whatever they are. Ooh, item. There's another smithing stone too, we'll take it. Da-da. There are enemies down here, and I think rats. Yeah, there's some rats down here. And a whip. So if you want to play a whip only build, there you go. Now I do want to check and see how many of those smithing stones I've picked up so far, because if I have enough... No, I've got 4 of number 1 and 4 of number 2. But I need 6, so I need 2 more of smithing stone 1s to level this up to +3. Which is unfortunate. I could level this up to +2, but I'm not really focusing on the sword. This is really the important one, so... Unfortunate. We will not be able to level up our weapon any before we go into this boss fight. I was hoping maybe. In the meantime, however... How many souls am I at? Is that enough for a level? Nope. Off by 100. Fantastic. Alright. Let's fucking do this. I'm gonna switch this out. Come on, game. There we go. Put that. And we want to be very careful not to land on one of the jellyfish. We'll piss them off and then they'll attack us. Alright. This could be a little rough. I am still a little under-leveled for this, but what are you gonna do? Need them to draw his aggro, so I have time to wind up. Ouch. Yeah, or else that happens. There go all my cover. Wow. I mean, I know I wasn't at full health when he hit me there, but I mean, that still basically one-shot me. It did more than 3/4 of my fucking health, so... Fantastic. Let's try it again. Damn it. That's exactly what I didn't want to do. They're gonna spit acid at me, so... Running zigzags. Ah, for fuck's sake. I meant to hit Q to target him and I hit 1. For fuck's sake. Oh, better. Yeah, just very punishing. I mean, obviously, like, I'm not too upset about it because I'm going into this fight with fucking 18 vigor. Like, I don't really have much hit points. I think you're definitely meant to be here, like, after having done some more stuff in this area, you know? But it's completely doable. And, like, I'm here, so may as well. Maybe this time we can not burn through a healing item for no reason. Oh, I love this. Just stuck in a fucking corner. Thank you, FromSoft. Yeah, I literally can't get out. There we go. Holy shit, I don't know how I survived that. Oh great, so now we're at the point where he's gonna auto dodge all my attacks and I just can't fucking hit him. Or I can just cheese him behind a gravestone, that works too. You see what I mean? Like, this is fucking annoying. There we go. Yeah, later on in the game, every enemy is gonna be like that, where they just immediately dodge away from your ranged attacks, and you can only land a hit by chaining enough of them together fast enough that eventually one of them hits. Like, it's fucking dog shit. One more into vigor. Cool. 36 minutes. Yeah, we got 10 more minutes. Trying to keep these episodes at like 45 minutes. Well, now we gotta go give... Well, you don't really give the sword to this guy. You just kind of show him that you have it. And he's like, oh, good, they don't have it anymore. And then he goes off to find his daughter. Unfortunately, we do have to make our way all the way back up to him. Because the site of grace that's near him is behind a wall that you can't jump back over. So we have to run through the courtyard. What the fuck is this thing? There it is. We gotta run through the courtyard again, fight our way back up to the dude just to show him that the sword is, you know, in our possession. Pain in the ass, but whatever. And then he'll go check on his daughter. Well, that's not great. Yeah, that hurts. And now these guys should probably be... Yep, there they come. We got lucky with these two last time because they fucking fell off the roof for some reason, which I've never actually seen them do. But... ouch. But of course now they're gonna fucking fair fight us, so... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. You'd think that using a ranged weapon against the ones flying out of reach would be the better option, but for some reason, probably because they can just fucking auto-dodge, we're actually better off waiting for them to come down themselves after they shoot, because they always lower, and then finishing them off with a sword, because, of course. Like, you could play a pure magic build that never uses a melee weapon, but your life will be a million times more frustrating. You have to have a fucking backup melee weapon in this game, even if you're playing a spellcaster, just to deal with the enemies that will dodge everything you throw at them. I'm just gonna run past these guys, actually. Fuck this. Let them duke it out.
I'm in your debt. For I'm no longer bound by duty. On sight, rescued Irina, I will spend my remaining days with her. Thanks to you, I will be reunited with Irina and devote my remaining days to her. Irina has a gentle nature, though. I only hope it remains intact.
And then we go back to where we found her in the first place. And Irina is fucking dead. Because she got killed by the beast people.
Irina, how could this be?
Yep.
My daughter deserves
That's the end of the quest too. You just kind of
Before
pointless
lies
when you think about it.
with me.
Nothing really
I
accomplished
chose
here.
duty over my daughter's safety. And that is how fate has answered. I'll find them. The foul wretches responsible for this. I'll hunt them down and exterminate every last one of them. Rest assured, Arena, it will be done.
That's it. That's the quest. Like, you'd think, like, oh, you'll find him later or something. Like, you know, nope. Just swears eternal vengeance and then disappears out of the story forever. So, at least as far as I know, I didn't find anything on the wiki saying that there was more to that quest. So, yep. Real quick, since I think I have, yeah. I think I've got enough for another level. If not, I'll go kill one of those guys on the bridge real quick. Not quite. Alright. Again. Cool. Alright, well, we're at about 45 minutes, so we're gonna get this level, and then we'll call it an episode. When we come back, we're not done on this peninsula yet. We're going to, I mean, technically it's an island if you look at it. It's not a peninsula. That is clear water dividing it from the actual peninsula. So, like, there's a bridge here, but that doesn't mean that this is part of that landmass. Anyway, we're going to go west. Yeah, this is the Weeping Peninsula, but it's not an actual peninsula. But we're going to go west here. We're going to go kill a boss at this tree. We're going to go to a church here to grab a sacred tear. There's another church somewhere over here to grab another sacred tear. And there's a mine right here, it looks like. We're going to go check that out. And I think the merchant that you find over here somewhere sells the lantern, which I want to grab. And then after that, we'll probably go... Well, I mean, that'll probably be the whole episode, next episode. But then after that, there's a dragon we could fight here that will probably be leveled enough to be able to do. We'll see where we go from there. So, let's do this level up real quick. Alright, that is 20 vigor. I need to start leveling mind a little bit just to get more magic. And then vigor again. So I'm probably going to put like 2 into mind, get it up to at least like 15, maybe 15 or 16. And then it'll be vigor till 30, and then it'll be mind to 20. And then after that, maybe a little bit into faith, but mostly it'll be mind and vigor. Those are really the 2 that we need to be leveling up while we just level up our weapons. Yeah, so. Looks like we've got a plan for next episode, so thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you again on the next episode.